Good afternoon from Epcot. Today we are here to do Coral Reef. Do you guys know what Coral Reef is? Let me show you exactly where this place is at. Coral Reef is a sit-down dining location here at the Seas Pavilion at Epcot, except it's nowhere near the regular entrance. It's actually around the corner over here. Let me show you exactly where it's at. Once you round the corner, you will find the Coral Reef entrance right here. Coral Reef is probably one of the most unique dining experiences here at Epcot, and it's unlike anything else. We've been here many times before. Isabelle, how many times?
I have lost track at this point. I think it's one of our favorite restaurants on property, but we haven't been eating here as often because when there's pretty much always a festival going on at Epcot, it's like, well, I don't know, what's the point of going to a restaurant at Epcot when there's a festival going on, you know?
One other reason why we are here today is because they have changed their menu since we have been here last time here at Coral Reef, and I think our table might have just been called. I just got a buzz on my wristwatch, so let's head inside. We have just been seated here at Coral Reef at Epcot, and let me say this air conditioning is the most refreshing feeling probably ever. It was already 95 degrees out today, and we were only out for a tiny bit of time so far, but this is so refreshing. And let me say something even more refreshing is that they have the watermelon lemonade on the menu still. We were a little afraid they wouldn't have it because we don't do regular cocktails, but Isabelle, how much do you love this lemonade?
This lemonade, I think, is like one of the most refreshing things that you can get on property. And it's not necessarily like a traditional mocktail. They also have a zero proof cocktail section of the menu, meaning mocktails. And they also have a non-alcoholic specialty offerings.
As Isabelle said, we have right here the regular specialty drinks, which we are not going to be going with, but we're looking at the regular side of the menu, which is honestly pretty short compared to other spots here at Disney. Let's take a quick look at this menu. At first, we have the appetizers, which is seafood artichoke dip, New England clam chowder, which I've gotten before and I know for a fact is a really good choice, the shrimp cocktail, a reef salad, which I think is just like a seafood salad type thing. Onto the entrees, we have shrimp and grits, which is the second most popular thing according to our waitress, mushroom ravioli, which I will definitely be avoiding, the seared Valparaiso salmon, the grilled mahi-mahi, which is definitely the most popular one here, the 10-ounce slow-roasted prime rib, and the hariyase chicken. Now, I normally get the prime rib, but I had steak and eggs for breakfast today, so I think I might be going with the chicken. It's definitely different, but we'll see how it is.
Our watermelon lemonades have arrived, and they are delicious as always. They look very pink lemonade-esque. I don't know, maybe we just got pink lemonade. I can't tell the difference. Whatever. But I did notice on the menu that they had a QR code to a Coral Reef restaurant spotting guide, so you can see what you're looking at in the tanks, which I love because I love marine life, aquatic sea life. I'm having a great time. I'm seeing a bunch of sharks. Look at that one. Oh, he swam away.
So let me prove to you that these fun facts are as fun as Disney says they are. This fish is a giant shovel-nose guitar fish. The giant shovel-nose guitar fish is a triangular snout and long body, giving it a distinctive guitar-like shape. They're found in the Indo-Pacific. Adult giant shovel-nose guitar fish like to venture out into waters, sometimes up to 300 feet deep. I wonder if they got one of these at Guitar Center or Sweetwater online, most likely. Also, another fun fact, the rolls came, and they're wonderful. It's going to be hard to focus on that. We're having some camera issues in the dark here.
So our food just came. I got the 10-ounce slow-roasted prime rib with roasted potatoes with caramelized onions and mixed herb pesto. I don't know what that means. Ryan got the harissa chicken with saffron, couscous, citrus yogurt, and spice roasted seasonal vegetables. He asked for no yogurt, but that's okay.
We've been trying lately on some of these food reviews to really eat the food and then give you the review, because a lot of the first bite reviews are not very accurate whatsoever. So as much as I'm sure you guys want to watch us eat, we are going to be eating a little bit, at least half of what we have, and then deciding really what we really feel about this. And I have not had this before, so this one I'm really looking forward to, but that steak I know is already killer.
The prime rib was on the menu previously, but they changed it a little bit. I don't know if they cooked it any different, but the potatoes were definitely different, and the potatoes are really, really good. I think it was a lot better than the mashed potatoes, having the little like fingerling potatoes. Those are really, really good. I would order that again, and we'll continue to order the prime rib every time I go to Coral Reef.
I really enjoyed my chicken. The chicken was really, really good. The couscous itself was a little undercooked, meaning it was like kind of hard, too chewy for my liking. I really like it being super soft. Carrots, amazing. I know our puppy Maya at home is going to be so jealous when I tell her all about how yummy the carrots were at dinner. I said I was not going to let you guys watch me eat. Seasoning on this is amazing, like way better than I would ever expect. This is like completely different. A little spicy. Very good. Let me try some of the other thing. If you can't tell, we are now in the Seas Pavilion because I wanted to show you something really, really special that you may not know if you've eaten at Coral Reef or you have only been here and not been to both. They use the same exact tank, and I could show you exactly where the restaurant is from this side of the tank. Let's check this out.
We're in the round peninsula area on the second level of the Seas Pavilion, and you can see into Coral Reef over there. You can see the little lights. We were just eating over there. Probably like that window. Yeah. Oh my god, I see people in the sponsor lounge. Nope, that's a fish. Never mind. There's a sponsor lounge, like event space above Coral Reef that I want to go into really, really bad. And we saw people going into it earlier, so I thought I saw somebody in there, but it was just a fish. I don't know what kind of ray that is. Some kind of leopard ray, I think, but look at all the fishies swimming with it. I don't know what kind of fishies these are either. The only ones I know are the funny ones with the noses. Those are blue spine unicorn fish. Hopefully one swims by and I can point one out.
That was it for dinner over at Coral Reef. We do have some daylight left, so I think we are going to be hitting up some of World Showcase to talk about why this time period at Epcot is so weird and what's coming next, because something's coming up that I'm not really looking forward to, but it'll be what it is.
What Ryan is talking about is Epcot festivals, more specifically, the first day of those festivals.
If you were here during Flower and Garden Festival, this entire section was a massive, massive bed of flowers. So you know it's done, right? You know what's coming next, do you? And we are swiftly moving towards Food and Wine Festival. And let me say, honestly, I'm not really looking forward to that first day itself. And we have 5 reasons why. We're going to go through this list on the second half of this video. Thank you for sticking around. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Number 1, not every single booth is open the first day of the festival. A lot of them open up like a month or 2 after the festival begins because they've extended the festival for so long that they can't open all of them on day 1. There's also a bunch of construction everywhere, like the booth that's normally behind this construction wall.
Last year, the very first day of Food and Wine Festival, there was only, I think, around 50-60% of the booths that were open, which sounds like a lot because there is a lot of booths. But all of the stuff at the front of like World Showcase where we're at right now was not open, unfortunately, and it kind of left us with okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to be back a few weeks later to get the rest of the stuff, which is fine. I understand from a like staffing standpoint and all that type of stuff, but it's maybe not the best day to go. That's really what we're trying to say in this whole like section of this video, is that first days are not really what it's cut out to be for creators or for guests in general, because not everything's open.
A lot of people get a lot of FOMO not being there. FOMO, fear of missing out. Not being there the very first day of the festival, but I'm here to tell you the first day of the festival is the worst day of the festival.
One thing that Isabelle just noticed is that this old Starbucks location before Creations Connections was open has now been refurbed and has a spot for a sign. Maybe we'll be seeing it at a food booth here at Food and Wine Festival. Isabelle, thank you very much for pointing that out for me. As of right now, I cannot confirm nor deny the opening days of any of the food booths this year because I don't think Disney has mentioned if anything is opening late. If I do have some more information, it'll be across the bottom of the screen flashing right now. Fingers crossed every single thing will be open. I'm just talking about what's happened in the past few years of not everything being open, especially for Food and Wine now that it starts in July rather than anywhere close to the fall like it used to.
Number 2 is the unknown. Whenever there's new food items added to the menu, you don't know on the first day whether it's going to be good or bad. So if you wait a little bit, then you will get other people's reviews and know whether or not to spend your money, because like the stuff is expensive at Epcot festivals, so why not just like wait a little bit and wait for the reviews to come in.
Obviously, as a content creator, I'm going to be here on the first day to try these foods to let everybody know. As a guest, I would probably suggest against being here on the first day unless you are wanting to produce stuff around it, because like Isabelle said, these foods are very good for the most part, but there's also some pretty bad ones. Do you really want to be spending $10 on a piece of cake from the France Pavilion that you have no idea if it's going to be good or bad? I, for one, am somebody who loves prepping lists before I take a trip to Disney for food, for rides, everything like that. You aren't really going to be able to do that, at least knowing if things are good or bad, if you are here on the first opening day, and that's yet another reason why I don't think it's probably the best idea to be here on opening day at an Epcot festival, I guess. And we have stumbled upon our very first booth, at least the physical spot, and let me tell you, it's at this spot every single year. This is Ireland. At time of recording, it is July 17th. The festival doesn't open for at least a week or a week and a half, and we already are seeing a Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival sign up here for the festival that's starting next week. This is where Ireland is going to be. We never really eat anything from here, correct, Isabelle?
Correct, but I think this is usually one of the booths that opens later. I don't know.
Number 3 on the list of reasons to avoid opening days on Epcot festivals is the crowds. If you've been here a while, you know that I don't like crowds at all. I don't do well in them at all. And they are hellacious on opening days of festivals to the point where I can't really go to opening days anymore. So, yeah, if you don't do well in crowds, I would recommend staying home the first day.
If you really aren't a fan of crowds at all, there's some theme parks and public places in general you won't be going in the first place. But I'm just putting that out there as a fair warning. Epcot on opening days is really hard. But around World Showcase, there are a bunch of quiet spots that you can get away. There's a bunch of AC. There's a bunch of non-festival booths where you could possibly get food if it is too busy. So even though crowds are one of the reasons why we would suggest maybe not going, at the same time, it is something that's avoidable a little bit. I don't know, that's the thing, is that there's always lines, there's a lot going on, and it is a little bit overwhelming for a lot of people. Number 4 on our list of 5 reasons to maybe not go to opening day of Festival of the Arts, Food and Wine Festival, all these festivals, is the heat. I don't know if you could tell, I am sweating my butt off right now, and this is not even the opening day. Typically, the way these opening days go is that these food booths, like you see the Italy one that sucks really bad right here, they open around 11 a.m. You're going to wake up, you're going to get here between 9 and 10, you're going to ride some rides, and then you'll spend the entire afternoon at a snail's pace around the hottest patches of concrete known to man, which is Epcot's World Showcase. And that's how it's unfortunately going to have to be. But the heat is a major reason to possibly avoid it, especially if you're a local. I really wouldn't see myself coming here unless I was here for content purposes on opening day. I would love to be able to just come here at night once it's cooled down, grab dinner in the form of a few different snacks at these different booths, and that's my experience for a food festival. Now, unfortunately, that's not always the case for people who are on vacation, but heat is definitely one part of it, especially for Food and Wine, which starts in the middle of July.
Last year for Food and Wine Festival, I showed up on the first day. I was here for maybe an hour and a half, and I left because it was so bad. It was so bad. I was drenched in sweat. The crowds were unbearable. I couldn't do it, so I left. I left.
Fortunately, that is an option for us, right?
Yeah.
We are so fortunate to be in that position.
Oh, yeah. I could just go home and then come back at a later day because I live here.
And I know a lot of this video is probably going to be a lot of that where we are in a position to be able to do that, and we are very fortunate. But this opening day, it's just a warning to these regular guests.
Also, if you're planning a trip, maybe don't plan it for the first week of a festival. And then you don't have to deal with us, locals. Gross, icky locals.
Another food booth that is returning this year is the Noodle Exchange. The Noodle Exchange first started here in 2021, and so far the 2 years that it's been here, it's been really solid, honestly. It's just maybe, again, related back to the heat, not the best thing for a hot summer day. I don't know why it starts in July. I have really no idea. But you know what else really, really grinds my gears? The number 5 of our top 5 things. And that, I'm going to hand off to Isabelle because it's a newsworthy thing, right? Correct?
And number 5, we were talking about the merchandise drops, aka the Figment popcorn bucket that people waited 6 hours in line for. Why? Why'd you do that?
If you somehow have been living under a rock within the Disney community and you don't know about the Figment Popcorn Bucket, at Festival of the Arts 2021, there was a merch drop of a Figment Popcorn Bucket, which was very impractical, but there was a at least 4-hour wait for the merchandise drop itself. Nobody was really focusing on anything else that was going on that day. I remember that day very vividly. I did not get one. I was not one of those who chose. I was going to say I was not stupid enough. I don't want to say that. I understand that merch is different for people. It creates more value for certain people, but most of it was eBay resellers. I feel like I'm a little confident in saying that, but I feel like that is the case.
And the funny thing about it is that in 2022, they had like way too many. They like completely flooded the market. And the only thing that changed was the lanyard. So it just really doesn't seem worth it to me at this point. And the lanyard was honestly even cooler the second time around. So
I know the Disney company was hoping they would strike gold again with a different character that is not Figment, and that is Spike the Bee. With the merch that they dropped for that for Flower and Garden, that was not the case. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen again. It was a once in a lifetime event that I'm so glad to say I was here for, and I'm so proud to be a Disney adult. And I'm completely kidding right now because it's kind of a ridiculous thing to talk about and complain about any of this in the first place. Thank you for sticking with us for once again another Epcot complainy type video. I don't know. Coral Reef was really good, though. If there are other suggestions on other places we could check out here at Epcot for sit-down dining, please let us know. That's probably one of the easier ones for us to do. Isabelle, do you have any other ones in mind?
for dining?
Yeah, sit down.
Oh, I want to do hibachi, but Ryan won't let me do hibachi. He went and did it without me when he was down here looking at homes because I couldn't come down here because of work. And he won't go do it. He's like, I'm not feeling hibachi. It's because he went without me, and I think that's rude.
I just don't want you to catch on fire, okay? I'm thinking of your safety, please. Okay, thanks for watching. Please let us know in the comments down below where we should try next dining-wise. I think we have some more coming up soon, so thanks for watching. See you guys real soon. Say bye with me.
Does everyone know this is a sinkhole?
Goodbye.